Hello, it is Monday, March 11th, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Monday crossword today, which means we're going to be solving an early week, should be fairly gentle, themed crossword. And this early week, hopefully gentle edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Geeta Karudi, Josh Allen, Mike from Vermont, and as always, the indomitable Showmaster. So thank you so much to the four of them. They are benefactors, of course, of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, which means they keep this channel going. They really do contribute enormously to its sustainability. Thank you so much to them, but also thanks to everybody who's a patron of the channel at any level. I really do appreciate it. And if you'd like to check that out, consider contributing yourself, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or via the description field link. You'll find there all of the bonus videos available to patrons, as well as for benefactors, the Let's Check the Crosses official mug. Thank you again to everybody who's a patron at any level. I really do appreciate it. Thanks as well if you've subscribed on YouTube, if you comment occasionally on the videos, like the videos, those things are all a big help. And finally, you can join the Daily Solve Discord chat server, a nice friendly chat community whose link is also in the description field. And now let's get on to today's crossword by Rebecca Goldstein and Rachel Fabi with, I think, something around a dozen and maybe a few, maybe fewer than that, respectively. I can't remember exactly, but in any case, they are experienced constructors, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. We will have a theme today. Let's start solving and see what it is. Oh, and because people do seem to like this, I'm going to stick to my new Monday tradition of solving things. Well, I have been doing just the acrosses. Let's try just the downs today. Somebody suggested that. So let's see if that is I don't know, doable. So one down, we have forest clearings. Could be groves or copses or something like that. I feel groves is probably more likely on a Monday. Should I just put it in? I'll put it in and we'll see. We'll take a chance. U.S. soccer star Megan Rapinoe. Believe it or not, I have heard of a sports person. And there we go. I'm pretty sure that's right. Filled with intense excitement. If something's filled with intense excitement, it's on edge. I don't know. I'm not sure what this is. Sorry. Grain used in beer making. Is hops a grain? Malt might be the answer. That looks more likely with one across, whose clue I'm not going to read, but purely based on the grid, looks more likely, so I'm going to put that in. Ounces and ounces. Gallons, maybe? GLs? Not sure. I'm going to try it. Wherefore art thou, Romeo, goes the line from Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Stalls at malls could be kiosks, where things are sold. To send a message by computer would be to email. Oh, this doesn't look very good. The acrosses, I've messed something up. It looks like gallons is probably wrong. Liters, maybe? I don't know. I'll leave that blank. Genre for de brat or de baby. Rap, presumably? Full of hot air. If one's full of hot air, one's puffed up, or one's arrogant, or I don't know. In a perfect world, ideally, maybe, that sounds plausible. In conclusion, therefore, thus, ergo, and so. Can't think of anything that fits the number of letters in this space, unfortunately. In conclusion. So thus. I don't think that's right either. Okay, mind reading ability for short. ESP, extrasensory perception, is something that people allege to have. It allows them to read minds. Blank Columbian up to 1492, so pre-Columbian, so literally before the arrival of Columbus in North America. Okay, unreactive, inert, so an unreactive substance, an inert, chemical or something. New Haven's state. New Haven, Connecticut is a city. So there we go. To get serious is to be real, maybe. 23 across looks like it's going to be pickleball without reading the clue. So that's why I think maybe this is be real. I don't know if that's right, but let's just try it. Jean-Luc Blanc, captain of the USS Enterprise. Jean-Luc Picard from Star Trek. Olympic code for Lisbon's land. Is it POR for Portugal? I'm trying to think, is there any chance it would be something other than POR? That's what I suspect it is. I'm going to put it in. Do's and don'ts. Straightforwardly enough. Cry at a soccer stadium would be ole. Streaming service with the bear. Hulu, I think. I think that's right. I did watch The Bear. I watched it on something else because there's no Hulu here in the UK, but I'm pretty sure it was a Hulu series in the US. So there we go. Okay. Apt rhyme of caches. Stashes. Maybe if you cache something, you sort of stash it away. So that's pretty apt. If one fiddles with something, one messes or toys or fidgets maybe, or one fiddles with, one tinkers. I like that. And that makes a real word in the across, which is start. Guide to navigating an internet resource. FAQ or a sitemap or something. Sitemaps is something you don't really see anymore, but I have encountered it a few times in the crossword. I mean, I'm sure they still exist, but they're not a common element of web pages, but they used to be at one point. Sorry, let me turn off my phone here. I keep getting messages. Okay. Sincere. If you're sincere, you're earnest. There we go. And if you harshly denounce someone, you decry them or you rant at them. That's not really denouncing. That would be sort of upbraiding or something. To harshly denounce someone is to, probably starts with an S based on the across there. To harshly denounce, to excoriate. I can't think, sorry. Sturdy shoe or an Irish accent. A brogue is a kind of shoe, and an Irish brogue is an Irish accent spoken. Opposite of hits could be misses. That seems pretty likely. Who asked blank? Who asked you? Someone might demand indignantly. Spiral-shelled mollusk could be a conch, maybe? Those are spiral-shelled. To refuse to share something would be to hog it, to keep it for yourself. A Texas city that's home to Baylor University. I don't know the answer to that. Texas City. Waco is a Texas city that would fit in 4 letters. I don't know if that's where Baylor University is located, but I'm going to try it because it's a guess. Okay, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to switch that. True Detective Error. That's an HBO show, which also isn't here in the UK, but I did watch it on HBO when it started in the US when I was there. Okay, period of history is an era in 3 letters. Blank Taylor's version, #1 album of 2021. I do not know the answer to this. Probably starts with an R. The across there looks like the Hunger Games. Red, maybe we could spell red. Do I think there's an album? I assume this is Taylor Swift. Could be. I'm just going to guess it. I'm going to try it and guess it. Okay, so now I'm going to immediately switch back to the downs. I'm not going to look at the across there. And let's see if I can get these by thinking what might go in the acrosses. If something's filled with intense excitement, it's amped up. That looks like it would fit most of yeah, it would fit all of these. Those all look good. Ounces and ounces. Right. Liters? Ounces and ounces. I don't know why you'd be mixing imperial measurements and metric measurements. It doesn't make any sense. That's why I want it to be gallons. Oh, but ounces is could also apply to weights of solids like pounds. So ounces and pounds, of course. Wasn't thinking about that at all. No, pounds is lb. Sorry, that was embarrassing. That across in 16 across looks like something's probably wrong, but I can't worry about that now. Full of hot air. All something. Oh, it's apples to apples in the across. This isn't groves. I don't know what it is. Forest clear. Oh, grades maybe, as in sort of you're regrading an area. Is that what it's referring to? Forest clearing grades. I don't know exactly how to define that, but I think it's probably right. So full of hot air would be billowy. I assume this is going to be an L. I don't know why it would be billowy. It's not. I don't think that's right. Um, Full of hot air. What about this one? In conclusion. So I say no. I'm going to have to give up on this, I think, unfortunately. In conclusion. Oh, I don't know. Harshly denounce. To harshly denounce someone would be to scathe? No. Oh, no. Those look like words in A crosses. That's probably right. That wouldn't have been my first thought, and it wasn't my first thought, but based on the crosses, I suspect it probably is. Full of hot air. Oh, God, I'm so close. Can I get this? Full of hot air. Oh, these acrosses, they look like they could be basically anything, most of them anyway. Full of hot air. Up and in. Oh, sorry. Sorry. In conclusion. I mean, apples to apples, obviously, in the across, and pickleball. In conclusion. Oh, just not getting anywhere with this, am I? Oh, I think I'm going to have to give up on this. I don't want to just keep you sitting here forever. Train travel is rail travel. Actor Alan of MASH is Alan Alda. Mattel offering with cards for making, quote, hilarious comparisons. So this is apples to apples. It's a sort of party game. Bit of skin ink is a tattoo. Washington's official state sport since 2022 is pickleball. Well, I had no idea that was the case. Okay, well, there we go. One nickname for Elizabeth is Ellie, I suppose. Lastly, in conclusion. Literally, this is the conclusion. It's the last part. Should have thought about that. That's frustrating. So, if you're full of all hot air, you're all talk. Wasn't remotely on the right track for that. And then if you're seriously uncool, you're dorky. Okay, there we go. Oh no, but I still have something wrong. Oh no, after all of that. I guess I haven't looked at the acrosses. Well, here's our chance to look at the acrosses, which we've not yet seen. Metric weight unit is a gram. Water skiing spot is a lake. Train travel is rail. We saw that. The Dalai Lama. Oh, it's not grades, it's glades. That makes much more sense. A glade, a sort of grove or similar. There we go. Okay, that makes much more sense now. Should have thought of glades as an option. So the Dalai Lama, spiritual leader. The hat's edge is its brim. Alan Alda of MASH, we saw that. Apples to apples, we saw. Pescatarianism and veganism for two are diets, culinary sort of regimens. Title for Walter Scott or Isaac Newton would be Sir Walter Scott or Sir Isaac Newton. A bit of skin ink is a tattoo, we saw that. To conclude is to end. We saw Washington's official state sport. Gazpacho or pho are both soups, so either one is a soup, singularly, because it's only or. Negative replies are no's. One nickname for Elizabeth is Ellie, which we saw. An auto-injection device, the medical device, is an EpiPen. If you're seriously uncool, you're dorky. A beanbag tossing sport is cornhole, there we go. To kick something off is to start it. A worried feeling is unease. To mix things is to stir them. A sandwich that's usually toasted informally is a BLT, a bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Actor Hemsworth is Liam Hemsworth. An app craze of the early 2010s familiarly is Candy Crush. All right, okay. I thought these were going to be non-electronic games, but I guess... Oh, no, it's because they're all food-related. Okay. Swim, bike, run race, for short, is a triathlon, I suppose. To pose questions is to ask them. Tic-tac-toe win would be there we go. Or not. Olympic great Jesse Owens, a famous Olympian. And here's our revealer, finally, our dystopian novel and film series, or what the answers to the starred clues are. They are The Hunger Games, Apples to Apples, Pickleball, Cornhole, and Candy Crush. There we go, a nice, gentle Monday theme. You don't need to really contend with a theme at all to solve it. You can just answer all the clues and it comes together. Rosemary or mint is an herb, so there we go. We have another or clue, so only singularly rosemary or mint. A medical breakthrough would be a cure. A matter before a court would be a case that's being tried before the court. Canadian gas brand is SO, formed from Standard Oil. SO. Don't worry your pretty little head, goes the slightly patronizing comment. And finally, if one chooses something, one opts, one makes a choice. All right, well, there we go. That was the Monday crossword. Sadly, couldn't finish it off with my self-imposed constraint there. But I do kind of enjoy this, and it seems like many of you do as well on Monday, so I'll probably stick with it. And there we go. There was our Hunger Games themed crossword with apples to apples, pickleball, cornhole, and Candy Crush. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll be back tomorrow for what should be another fairly gentle early week crossword on Tuesday. Join me for that, but until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Monday. Take care.